Today we are going to start with that Mahahatipada Upama Sutta. So basically, it's a elephant simile. Simile here is the 4 feet are four noble truths. The first and second and third and fourth. And in this sutta, there's only mention of the first noble truth as dukkha more. The basic idea is to see the dukkha than anything else. And then you can see cause of the suffering. Then we can see how to come out of suffering. So that's the basic idea of this sutta. It also gives a complete walkthrough on how you would experience, meaning what experience you can expect out of this. Okay, so let's go in greater detail about this sutta. First one is he starts with the Four Noble Truths. Okay, now the question comes. Anyway, I've spoken it in Hindi, so there's no point in asking question, and now they know the answers also. So there's no point in doing that. And that would mean I'm only asking Ariu and Bobby, which also doesn't make sense. So let me give the answer also, rather than wasting time. Okay. Background noise, 1 second, maybe due to the fan. Is it gone?
It was okay earlier also.
Okay. Oh, you never heard. So that means there's something, some problem with Bobby's side.
No, I don't. I don't think it is the fan. It is when you talk. I can hear something, but I don't know. It's only me.
Okay. Fine. So basically, what is dukkha? Now, who is coming into existence? And I would say I. So whatever that I is coming to existence is dukkha. Because that I should get a body. And it should have all the parts intact. For which that I doesn't have any kind of control. Meaning you can't choose the family you want to be born with. You can't choose how the body is going to be. You have to be there, irrespective of whether eyes are in working condition, ears are in working condition, body is in working condition, nose in working condition, or whatever is in working condition. If it is not to be in a working condition, there's going to be suffering. Even if you have a working condition, there's suffering of maintenance. That is dukkha dukkha. And you have to keep on doing something to it, is sankhara dukkha. And it can change the way you don't expect it to change, is viparinama dukkha. So basically, we need to reflect upon these three dukkha, on the dukkha. So he says, jati pi dukkha. Now my question, this is for Ariu and Bobby, not to others because they already got blasted enough. So I won't want them to answer this question. What is jati? As per what Buddha explains, I don't want your explanation about what is jati. I need a complete walkthrough on the jati. You have read it in Satipatthana Sutta. You might have read it in many suttas. If you want, you can take out the sutta and read. I have no problem. It will show how much it has entered into you. If it has not, no problem. You can read it out from there. So you know the gap yourself. The Ashwin has done a great deal by sharing that sutta. Okay, now you search for that jati and read out and explain to me what you understand by that jati. Not from Sujato perspective. It's just a translation. I want to know what you understand by that. Take your time as much as you want. Yep. You wanted to say something?
Yes. I'm just curious. You didn't mean for us to explain each, like jati, sanjati,
I want.
okanti, abhinipati.
I want.
Okay.
Till the time I can go to jhana.
Yeah, I mean, I think earlier you've shared many times, but I think it's overall related to how this consciousness goes into the embryo and take form of the six senses and all that. But in terms of each one, I may not have the accurate understanding of how it corresponds.
Okay. But here is what you need to now understand. You had not understood then. Now it is time to understand, because that's the dukkha. Not just saying jati pi dukkha. Makes no sense, because you will not experience it. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I in general used to think coming into any kind of existence is,
That's fine. No, that's fine. In any, that's what it says in the Masatipatthana Sutta. In here and there, we had not seen. Fine. Now I want you to see. Take time. It's not that you have to explain to me right away, but I want us to go through it. Otherwise, Mahahati Pada Upama Sutta will get completed like this, finished, over. Let's see what will you come up with on Jati, Sanjati, Okkanti, Abhinivatti, Kandanam, Patubhavo, Ayatanam, Patilavo, Ayam Vuchatananda, Jati. But that's the last sentence is not there, but this much is there. So I want an explanation to that. I need every step there. How it comes, what happens, how would you know, etc. So just don't tell me what is in that sutta in terms of whatever is being explained.
Should I try?
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
If you blasted anyone, everyone, I'm ready to hear your blastings.
No, it's okay. Let's see.
Yeah. See, actually, like in, I think some of the what I understood is any being. It is this jati is happening continuously. It is not at the time of birth. So for example, like when the previous consciousness is coming to the womb, when this ovum and this what's a sperm come together, and the mother and father. That's what Buddha says, and the gandhabba, he says gandhabba, and then when it is coming together, that is the kind of birth or jadi, as a normal thing, like what we understand. But then it also evolves as it has all this in any existence. For example, it is not just human being. Any heaven or animal or hell or anywhere, when the beings are born like that, it is jadi, like how they conceive. And then from the time itself, what I understand, they develop the sense organs, and each sense organ, when it comes in contact with the, they have these aggregates. So everything, when we do, when in the womb, and when they are actually born, from the time of the birth, and maybe inside the womb also, they are creating more and more birth every moment. It is not just pertaining to that one's birth in the womb. Later on also. So, for example, even now, I'm taking a birth. Like when I'm listening to you, my sense organs are working, and I'm getting a new perception. So each time of that, I'm taking some birth, and this death is also happening. So that's in a more subtle way, I believe. But in that time, these aggregates are working, and all the sense organs are working. So each that tiny present, moment, you are taking birth again and again, again and again. It is in a very subtle way, but in a gross way, maybe the birth in the womb, and being born, and their existence, and all these things.
Okay, good. But now you open a Sanyukta Nikaya 10.1 in the Kasutta. Yeah,
So
again,
10.1.
Ashwin has again sent it. You just have to click on that.
Okay.
See, he's scoring points because he has heard all of that in the previous day.
I'm still studying it. Still, it is on my desktop. That's why it's easy.
Okay, now we go detailed into it. That's better. So, what we should know, apart from what you said, you need to know the stages. Pathamam Kalalahoti. Okay, that is where it starts. So, in the section where one great thing what has happened is that Buddha Gosa has done it in Saratta Pakasini. Okay, it's called SPK. You know how to search for it and do some thing. This way Buddha Gosa explains 90% of them matches, but there is always a problem of 10%. But what he has done is a commentary taking from Pathamam Kalalahoti. He has explained it, taking into consideration many things of what Ayurveda says. That's the reason it's not 100% what is there in the sutta. And basically, Buddha being the surgeon, both mental and physical, That's the reason in the Tibetan tradition, they put Buddha as a medicine Buddha. Okay, so because the maximum amount of contribution to Ayurveda has happened from Buddha, Gautama Buddha, when I say Buddha. So in his commentary, okay, Sarata Pakasini, he explains step by step, considering two aspects. One aspect is of Ayurveda, and another aspect is what Buddha explains on birth cycle. Okay, Kalala, especially that word is there in Ayurveda. Okay, that might not be there in any other tradition or even modern medicine, but the what we call as embryonic stage is what the Kalala is, but it goes one step, two step, three step, four step behind what embryonic stage is, even before an embryonic stage happens. So the blastocyst is what we are talking about, but it goes beyond the blastocyst stage. Okay, if you have seen the test tube baby, or what is called as um, artificial fertilization and all that, IVF, they put the sperm and they put the egg. So they take the egg from the mother, they take the sperm, and then they inject. And what happens? Magic happens. So it starts from there. That sperm, which has life, egg, ovum, is a support system. So what Buddha says is like oil and water. Oil will not mix with water, water will not mix with oil. But if you put milk, it changes. So he talks about a sesame oil, tila tela. Tila means sesame. That seed oil drop. On that, a drop of milk. And the chemical combination starts, which is the starting point of the dukkha. That's jati. So we are coming there, not coming anywhere, coming there. So when we get milk or ghee, put in that oil, just a drop. So it is called bindu, drop, just a drop. So then when there is a drop, what the Tibetans did, they took the bindu into two parts, which is in Chinese yin and yang. So a portion of blood from the mother, which is ovum, and the milk ghee portion is in the sperm. So red and white. If you've seen any Tibetan motifs, you see red and white, symbolizing the conception. So the consciousness is a witness of that conception. Okay. So what is said in the Sutta, Pathamam kalalam hoti, kalala hoti, abuddham, abuddha, jayati, pesi, pesi, nibbatti, ghano, ghana pasaka jayanti, kesa loma nakapicha, yanchassa bhunjati, mata annam panancha bhojanam, tena so tatha yapeti, matu kuchigato naro iti. Okay. This is what is there in the sutta. But taking this sutta, Buddha Gosa has done a great job in explaining the process, week by week development of embryo. Very nice. So I will not read it in Pali, and which I had done it in the Hindi class, and they were listening to me for 10 full minutes till I finished that entire Taratta Pakasini. Okay. And you will not, I don't want to bore you with that detail, but there are key things what we need to understand out of Saratta Pakasini. With reference to this Pathanam Pathamam Kalalam Hoti. Starting is Kalala state. So I'll give you step by step, and you can see the dukkha, where there is nothing that being can do to change the ghee and the oil. That's how it starts. Okay. So this is the initial stage wherein we are getting the embryonic. This is the first 7 days. And then it turns into Abuddha. Abuddha. So this Abuddha is there in Ayurveda also. Okay. So we're coming into the Abuddha stage. Abuddha literally means flesh. Tiny flesh. 14th day. So now the woman is in her menstrual cycle. So in the Mahanidana Sutta, Buddha explains 3 stages. First stage, when the father is ready and the mother is ready, but no Gandhabba is found. The father is ready, the mother is not ready, but the Gandhabba is found. No conception can take place. The father is not ready, the mother is ready, and the Gandhabba is there, no conception. Only when the father, the mother, and the Gandhabba are there, there is a conception. That means even if the semen were to enter into the female reproductive system, if the Gandhabba is not there, there can't be any conception. Now, what does that mean? They don't have ability to produce children. But I want a child. I can do an IVF. Fine, that's a separate issue. But what we are seeing on the embryonic stage to the womb development is the father is not ready and the mother is ready, but no Gandhabba, no conception can happen. That is dependent originated. Okay. Now, who is this Gandhabba? Yes, Bobby.
Raji, is it same like what we are saying about when the sense organ is there and the sense object is there?
Same.
Yeah, and the consciousness. Yeah, when it comes to this, basically pasa is happening, right?
Yeah, pasa. Even if pasa doesn't happen, then there is no thing coming. There's no coming, there's no going. So basically, let's assume that the husband and wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, they had sex and it entered into the cervix and then it entered inside, and then the sperm is trying to figure out a way to eat the egg, merge. And in the Gandhabba is waiting, but the sperm can sustain because it already has life. So it's likened with the, what we can say, Ayu. Sperm has Ayu. And the Usma, it has Prana. How do we know? There's one nice series in, I don't know if they still kept it in YouTube. In very old doctor, he has produced the entire movie on this chapter, not on Buddha thing, on scientific. So he asks somebody to masturbate, and he himself does that in the hospital. Go to the sperm bank and masturbates and put it in a glass in the what you can say, the funnel or whatever that is, or a glass tube, and then they put it to the microscope and they find millions of sperms walking around, one with not so much good tail, another one not good head, and this one, that one. Only the strongest one will survive. So they found out that after it is out, it survives for 4 long hours before each one starts to die off. It'll keep on shaking like this and dies. And it's a very nice one. And there are smaller ones on the YouTube. You can check it out. Then you'll see how life happens, how life evolves. Now, is that consciousness? As the consciousness, what Buddha explains, and the answer is no. It's just a life form. The Gandhabba is not yet made into it. Okay. Now, what we are talking between the Kalala to the Abuddha stage is just 7 days. 7 days of the sperm and egg coming together. Just 7 days. And when we come into the Abuddha, it turns fleshy, something soft. 14th day, generally the woman will never come to know that she's pregnant. Because if her cycle is 28 days, it takes another 28 days to really see whether she has ability to not have menstrual cycle. That will prove that she's pregnant. So the first 14 days, nothing is understood, but Buddha says it can be found. It's like a thick drop of liquid, like coagulated, joined up, something like creamy thing, not really fleshy as flesh, just some slimy. What is a slimy thing? You blow your nose and you get the slimy thing, which is not actually transparent. It has some white or yellow or something. Yellow means it is infected. So let's take white. The mucus, it will represent or same similar to the mucus. Is that a dukkha? Yes. Because the Gandhabba is waiting for the house to be ready. In some suttas, Buddha used the word Gandhabba. In some suttas, he used the word Vijnana. They both are the same. Don't get confused.
So Gandhabba is in Dukkha.
Yes, absolutely. It wants a house. Just like you're given a contract to someone to construct your house and you're waiting for him to finish.
Not the mother that time because she don't know. Nothing is. Yeah. Okay.
The
So,
mother doesn't know.
understood.
And then it becomes spacey. So it becomes a small flesh. Like a pepper. That fleshy pepper thing. Bear with me. Yeah, Bobby, you are.
Sorry, Vilas. I clicked somewhere by mistake.
Okay, no problem. So you get into the pacey. This slimy thing slightly thickens and becomes like a ball, small pepper ball. Okay,
How many days generally?
third week.
Third.
Then khana. Khana, a small, tiny egg kind, but solid. And that is what the consciousness is now waiting and resembling it. It is resonating with it and saying that, now it is becoming, a house is coming up. Time for me to jump in few weeks' time, waiting. After that, what happens? After that, it starts enlarging and something producing and all that. So by the time 7 into 7, 7 weeks are gone, 49th day, it jumps. Yes.
Yeah, one question. So when the mother and the father are having sex, there'll be multiple spirits waiting. But by the time the first this first drop is formed, the winner has already been determined.
Yep.
That exactly my question is how there are multiples will choose who's supposed to go.
Based upon the karma. So let me give you an example. Ashwin, you decide to come to Bangalore forever. Will you not search for house?
Mm.
Will you just go and settle down in some house? So you keep on going to houses and you keep on going and meeting the would-be owners.
Mm.
So you will talk to them. They say, yeah, this is what, how much rent? This is the rent. How much advance? This much is advance. Too much. I can't afford. Okay. So basically, you keep on jumping from one house to another house, and ultimately, you like some house, but you don't like the owner. You like the house, but the way the owner was speaking, you now you can compromise and stay in that house, or you can let go of the liking for that house. And then you like the owner, but the house is not that good. Again, you have to compromise. Or the house and owner is good, the cost is too high. You have to let go of it. But ultimately, you will select some house, which is a compromise. It's a dukkha or not.
Mm. Yes.
That's exactly what that Gandhabba is doing. Now, what will you do after leaving the body? You search for another body. Simple. Who will give you the body? Mother and father. The mother has to give you the entry. So you literally see the dukkha. If she doesn't allow entry, yes.
So the miss contract of entering the house is decided at the first day, or it's the 20th day, or when the Gandhabba enters?
The Gandhava is always there. It's waiting. So if somebody is thinking they can have a sexual intercourse without nobody seeing them, they are totally mistaken. The
But,
smell, the smell, the smell of that semen is what makes the Gandhabba active. That's the reason it's called Gandhabba. Gandha means smelly thing. Okay. So it's all waiting.
yeah, but
Let's see why.
sorry. Question is, miss, it is he decided or agreement done on the as soon as the intercourse done. Okay, this is the person will go. This Gandhabba will go, or he will. All the Gandhabba
He
will wait
will wait
28
for,
days.
he will wait for the house to be in some order, and then he will check, and if the parents are suitable, then it will book it. The other people will go wherever they find. There's a natural selection. You can't do anything about it.
Okay, it's a 4th or 5th week then. Okay.
The natural selection. Now, what is natural selection? You deserve, you get what you deserve. You don't get what you like. That's a natural selection.
Little
If
bit
you
elaborate.
deserve to be a human, you will get it. If you deserve to be a deva, you don't require womb.
Hmm.
So then there's no waiting. Just land there. Opapatika. Instantaneous birth. If you are in Brahma, you don't require that also. If you're an anagami, nothing. No dukkha. You see the level of dukkha increases as you go down, and the level of dukkha decreases as you go up.
Hmm.
But still dukkha, but it's better than this. Yes, Aryu.
No, I was thinking that if you're becoming a worm or fly, it takes very little wait time because there are so many houses. So the waiting time, the dukkha is at least less.
No, the waiting time for the dukkha is less, but that life formation itself is dukkha. So you are going to die soon and again come back. Again and again and again and again and again and like that. The cycle. So that's the reason it's called natural selection. Every being gets what they deserve, not what they wish. Okay. That's the reason it's called jati pi dukkha. This whole thing is jati, natural selection. The deepest dukkha you can ever experience is jati. Having got it, you keep on losing by the day, which is jara api dukkha. Yes, wait. Bobby had asked one question, and since Ashwin was speaking, he kept silent. Yes, sir.
Yes, I was saying means it's a, like a coming to frustration, and then finally he decided with to enter.
Fine, forget frustration or whatever, you leave that. It's a natural selection.
It's a natural selection, and then that's the dukkha because he will be again.
Selection itself is dukkha, my dear friend. You will get what you deserve.
Okay, go ahead, boy. Sorry.
Bobby, go ahead.
Well, as you just now said, this ganda means smelly thing. So if they like the smell of this sperms or something. So what is this gandhabas in according to Hinduism? And I believe there is also, I was looking for that, there's a Gandhabba Samyutta Sutta, right?
Gandhabba is there are two Gandhabba. One Gandhabba as a being, another Gandhabba as Gandharva, which is a being, which is a separate existence. So you need to be careful on whether you're talking Gandhabba as the being who is entering into the womb, or Gandharva, which is musicians. It's another existence in the Tavatimsa.
So they are also like beings which Gandha is the smell, right?
They are Gandharva. See, in Sanskrit is Gandharva.
No, but Vilashi, this suttas where this explains here, the chapter on Gandhabba Bhagga, they live in fragrant roots on vegetations, or they are the different type of Gandhabas Buddha explained. They live in roots. So I thought that also connects with the smell. Fragrant roots.
That
They
is
are
correct. So
that is Samyukta Nikaya 31.
For time being, don't go there. It will be thoroughly confusing, and then we will not at all move forward than this. So let's keep Gandhabba as indicated in the Mahanidana Sutta.
Okay.
I'm restricting to that.
Yeah, one more question. So in that case, is this Gandhabba, which is going to enter into the womb, you saw it's a being. So does it has only this Vijnana is there? Only the Vijnana is there? Only the Vijnana. There is nothing else. So this is a transition between the previous life and the to be life.
Because after that, it has to come into Sanjati. Then after that, it has to come to Vakkanti. After that, it has to come into Abhinibhatti. That means established into the womb. Khandanam patu bhavo. Then it will get khanda. Ayatanam patilabho. So we are yet to come to that stage. We are still in jati, not even sanjati. I'm giving you steps before, not later. What you're talking is the senses coming. Yes, it will come. They are not Vijnana senses. That's a problem. Now, the eyes, what you have, are not yours. They have been given to be taken out. The ears are not yours. It will be taken out. Same thing with nose, same thing with tongue, same thing with body. They are not yours or ours to claim. So that's the reason Buddha says Chakku anatta, Sota anatta, Ghana anatta, Jibha anatta, Kayu anatta, Mano anatta, because they are not yours. They've been given. It's like somebody gives you something and says that I'll come and pick it up from you. And that's Mara. There's another sutta where this Mara comes with an ox and he asks, have you seen my oxen? And then Buddha, knowing it is Mara, he says that Chakku is yours, Rupa is yours. Why? Because that's not yours in the first place. How did it happen? Kalala is not yours. If it was yours, then you can claim it is mine. That sesame oil and the ghee joining is not yours. Right? So we Kalala, then Abuddha, then Pesi, then Ghana, we have crossed that stage. Then the jati is done. Now it comes into sanjati. Yes, Arif.
Yeah, before you go deep into Sanjati, I was just thinking, because earlier you were saying the Jati is one of the greatest pain you can experience. And I was surprised because in general, you think losing is more painful. But I guess a lot of the greatest anxious moment in life is when you're expecting something, like trying to find a job and desperately waiting. So that period is usually when people experience a lot of stress and pain.
So then the arms and the legs and all of that starts to happen. Small one. So the woman goes to the doctor, or she might do a pregnancy test herself. So on the 30th day, 1 month over, 35th day, she were to test the urine, it comes positive. Is pregnant. So between the 28th day to 49th day, 7 weeks period, the Gandhabba can jump anytime. But if it is not jump, that doesn't mean that it will not keep on multiplying. It will be multiplying, but no Gandhabba is found. Then what happens? Comes out. Bye bye. And that is called as miscarriage. Because it was not supposed to be there. And in fact, in the Mahanidana Sutta, Buddha asked this question. What if the Vijnana were to jump out of the womb? You still say that Namarupa is going to be there. Very good question. Can you now say the child will develop without Vijnana? No. What happens? The mother's body throws it out. There you go. So there is one video on YouTube if you really want to see. A woman goes to the toilet. The whole sink is filled with blood. That's dukkha. And she somehow it's floating. So she takes it up, opens it up, small hand, small head, this small, but everything is there. Leg. You can see her sobbing. Such videos are also there. If somebody wants to really get the dukkha, can go there and see. Once you see, you feel like I don't want to have any longer sexual intercourse. I'm done with my job. Thank you so much. Because that is the gandha on which this is living. So you don't want it any longer. So you feel to cut it out and get lost from this womb existence. Anyway, now that we have come here, we can't be complaining. Having come here, having seen this much, what's the point in crying? So this process is jati till here. Now it get established is sanjati, the next stage. So it is some together, jati, birth, coming together. Now it will find an opening and attach itself to the womb. And the umbilical cord will start to happen. Then okkanti, descent into the womb. Okkantiya sati namarupa pachaya salayatana pachaya phassa pachaya vedana. Which sutta is this? Can anybody tell me? I'm asking Aryu because he has heard me saying this at least X number of times. And maybe Bobby also has heard.
Samadhi Sutta.
No. Hitayatana sutta. You've heard it, right? Good. So, Okkantiya sati namarupa. We are talking about Okkanti. Sanjati, Okkanti. Okkanti means moment of rebirth of consciousness into the womb. It means it can now perceive and feel, creating the first Namarupa. This is what has to be cut. This is the fourth Namarupa which we are talking. The first Namarupa is what you think you are. The second Namarupa is your five khandhas. Third Namarupa is the ayatanas. Fourth Namarupa is this Okkanti. On which seal, feeling, and perception is based. If there is no Okkanti, there is nothing called Sanjati. Nothing called Sanjati, there is Jati. Okay? So please remember this. Also in the Mahatanha Sankhya Sutta, Buddha explains this Kanti, apart from Titayatana Sutta. So now we are on Namarupa. Which means the moment of rebirth, the consciousness takes it, can feel it, can perceive it. Then Abhinibhatti. Abhi, higher. Nibhatti is to establish. Established in higher than the Okkanti stage. I mean, not only it can feel and perceive, it can move around, it can go around within that. And this foolish mother thinks that, oh, my child is kicking me. That child has to kick you only. What else can it do? So now you are ready for scanning. And in Western world, they can even tell you the sex of that child. In India, it is banned, but you will see the sex of the child. By this time, the genital is grown, where it will show. Then you get Khandanam Patubhav. Apart from the Nama Rupa, now you get the Khanda, which makes it like attachment to the experience by the so-called Gandhabba. Now it is formed. It can not only move, it can also think where to move, how to sit, how to open its eyes, and it can hear, it can show emotions. So what the mother is going to do is start to feel something. If the child is unhappy, she feels unhappy. If the child is happy, she feels happy. And the mood swings happens in the mother. And the child is trying to make more room than what it can provide. So the mother has pain. And that foolish woman thinks, my child, for my child. Which child? Anyway, that's how the ignorance is. So let's go with ignorance rather than wisdom. Okay. Then these five bundles come into play. Then the ayatanam patilabho. That means the six internal sense bases is acquired. Now the joy and sorrow start. What is joy? When the umbilical cord is able to provide the nutrients to the child. When it is sorrow, when the mother is sick, it stops the food supply. If the mother is in fever or in something, it reduces the food supply. Now this child is literally struggling. But it can't say anything. Its heartbeat goes down. So what the mother does? She will try to get food to the baby, but she's not able to eat. Have fun. Now, after that, the pain starts to the mother. Like in the case of Merin, is into this midwife job. Then they take this woman to the hospital, literally tie her up. Literally tied up. And they prick injection. If it is cesarean or natural, push, and that a woman is crying. Nobody cares. Whether you cry, you laugh, you eat yourself, hit yourself. In some places, that woman is given something to fight because the pain is so horrifying. And then the child is not able to come. In fact, the umbilical cord can twist itself on that child, making it not breathe. Child is helpless. And if the fluid starts flowing out from there, which happened with my son, then the child is going to die. In my wife's case, she did not get the labor pain as a labor pain, and she started losing that water. So she had to be admitted immediately, hospital. And they were unclear what to do. So they asked me, would you approve for cesarean C-section? I said, yes, go ahead. Since the water is going off, child has few moments to live. And then it comes. And we end today's session also.
So it is being born.
It has been successfully born into the dukkha. Welcome to dukkha. Till you die, be in dukkha.
Till you die means is it maranam or nibbana?
Nibbana is self-death. You die before the death comes.
So yeah. So if you die otherwise, you will still have to be in dukkha, right?
Exactly. This is the journey of dukkha from the entry to the exit of the womb. It's the most painful existence in the whole history of yours. Just with that drop of that bindu, drop. And that created this mess. So, how fortunate are we to have the eyes and the ears and the nose, the tongue, the body working condition? First place. Look at an autistic child. Mind is not working. Look at a schizophrenia person, not working. And this world consists of only those people who are here, don't know why they are there. Now you have to swim to the safe shore because you have landed in a place of sharks. Can be eaten away as wife or as husband or as children or as relatives or as brothers or as sisters. They will devour you. And all are sharks. And you don't know they are sharks. So you want to escape? Not possible. They want to escape? Not possible. You both want to escape? Not possible. So what do you want to do? Dukkha. So if you marry, maintain relationship. Try your best. Sankhara dukkha. Doesn't work. Viparinama. Get divorced. Again viparinama dukkha. Stay together. She dies or he dies. Viparinama dukkha. Is multiplication of dukkha. So what Buddha says, if you see everything, it's dukkha arising, dukkha ceasing. There's nothing else other than dukkha. Now you have opened up your eyes to dukkha, satcha. And that knowledge, if you have right now, you can sing this song. Chakkum udapadi, jnanam udapadi, panya udapadi, aloko udapadi. Because now you are seeing what is dukkha. Dukkha is not going to office and earning some money or staying with a family and all that. That is stupid dukkha. What are you talking about that dukkha? That is no dukkha. Jati sanjati hokkanti is the dukkha. What dukkha are you talking? You know what? My neighbor is not giving this. Like a child is saying, Sir, that person is not giving me. Is that dukkha? But anyway, in the worldly sense, we can say that's a dukkha, but not. This dukkha is unchallengeable. Just imagine this. You don't know where you have reached. Isn't that the worst nightmare experience you can ever have? See, now I'm flying to Spain. I know the starting point. I know the ending point. I know the flight. I know everything. What about this jati? I don't know the starting point. I don't know the ending point. I don't know where I'm landing. Who will be my parent? Who will be my brothers, sister, this, that? Isn't that the worst of the dukkha you can ever think of? And we talk about dukkha in terms of the job, I couldn't get it, it's the dukkha. I did not get my promotion, is dukkha. Stupid guy. Is that a dukkha? This is the dukkha. Yeah, Aryu.
No, I was just thinking the thought scares me, right? If I just go on any plane and it can take me anywhere and I'm going to be stuck there forever. Right?
Yep. Yeah. So this is the dukkha we need to know, that slowly you're dragged into the trap again. Can be today, can be 50 years from today. But you're going where? To jati. Pi dukkha. Meaning birth is suffering. Why? Kalala, abuddha, pesi, khana. What a state to be in. Hell is better. Isn't it a hell? You have to keep on waiting. When will I be out? And the first year comes. They should have made it first year death anniversary. They make it first year birthday. Stupid guys. Because if the child were to live for 10 years, it's already closed on to 9 years remaining to get into the same kind of existence. Exactly the same. Shouldn't you sit and fret and sorrow that my life is going day by day? Instead, I celebrate a birthday, taking a cake, blowing the candle. Happy birthday to you. What a stupid person. It should have been, what a death day to you. Because you just lost 1 year to escape the womb. Just lost. Because you've been 1 year ignorant, then 10-year ignorant, then 20-year ignorant, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, and 90 maybe. And then again back in search. Welcome. Come. Again get into Kalala. Beautiful. So this is what Sariputta is explaining on this. What is dukkha? And they can't be a greatest teacher than Sariputta, because he gives you complete explanation, not skipping single thing. Now you might ask, where do you find all of these details? If somebody has read Satya Vibhanga Sutta, it's also done by Sariputta. So can anybody then say Buddha is wrong on this? That if there is birth, there is death? No. If you lose a day, your death is nearby 1 day. You lose 10 years, your death is nearby 10 years. If you're 50, if you're staying 100, your candle is 50% down. You will never get it back. Never. If you're already in 70s and 80s, little bit remaining. If you're in 80s and 90s, the body itself is in such a terrible condition. You feel, why can't the death come and take me? And then it does. But where? To Kalala. Again, the process starts. Then there's nothing like you have a good eyes, good ears, don't know, good parent. All of this is okay, but what about the parents? What about your siblings? Don't know. What about the house? Don't know. What about the living condition? Don't know. Will I get food? Will I get shelter? Will I get clothing? Will I get medicines? Don't know. Will I earn for a living? Will I get a wife? Will I get a son? Get a daughter? Will my parents be alive? Just think. Nothing that you can do except for suffering. So, in that comes Buddha Dhamma. If you got it, you're already liberated. So, how lucky we are. Just mark it. So, it would make you really, really, really go into an emotional turmoil that of all the pain you have seen it. This is the highest dharma anybody can get. Because this kind of explanation is not there in any religion, any tradition, anywhere. They just worship God because God only knows how I came here. But Buddha knows why you came here. So, isn't that a fantastic thing to be? In other religion, you keep on, sir, you are there, sir. What you are there? Who is there? Nobody is there. It's your karma. Yes, Bobby. Bobby, you raised in hand, I think so.
Yeah, I was going to say that is the most scariest part, like if you're born in some places where you can't understand these teachings, and then, then we have to get this teaching again. That is the most painful thing for me.
No, that is not painful. I have seen the eyes of Aryu when we went to Patna. While coming back, he literally saw what is hell. He was in so much of tears. He asked me, will I be born in such a place? And that was literally hell. The child whom we saw, Bobby, was so helpless. A truck would have gone on that. Or a car would have hit it. And it's playing on the road. The parents not even bothered. They are in a makeshift shelter, middle on the road, in the most dusty, the most worst environment you can ever imagine yourself to be. And just imagine what that child would have done to get such a parent and such a living condition. He's still a human being, agreed. But it's hardly what we both saw was a 3 or a 4-year-old child. Nobody is there. And we are stuck in the traffic and this makeshift thing. We're watching in horror and the roads are so terrible while we were coming from Bodh Gaya to Patna airport. and the car is going so near to bus, and one side there is a cycle, there is this, there is animals. So Harry was having the most challenging moments because in the US he doesn't see any one of these. Lucky guy. You need to be having a heart of steel to be born in India because it's a prisoner's world. You have to fight for everything. You will not get what you want. So you can literally see Buddha Dhamma there. Jati pi dukkha, jara pi dukkha, vyadi pi dukkha, maranam pi dukkham, appiyehi sampayogo dukkho, piyehi vipayogo dukkho, yam pinchan nalabati tampi dukkham. So this one, what he saw, appiyehi sampayogo dukkho, what he did not like, he's seeing it there. And
Vilassi, I think what I was trying to say is that even though she was born in that type of condition, but still, if he ultimately gets Buddha Dhamma, I think he will be lucky. No, if by any chance. So for me, I was telling,
if you had come along with us, Bobby,
no, I have seen, like, I've gone to all these areas last time, and I also saw children coming to me, and I felt so sad. Even Aaron was there, Sajal was there with me, and somebody asked me, like, one sweet or something. Is Aaron give me one sweet? This is in Pubbarama Monastery, that where that Vishaga donated that. And there is a slum nearby, So I felt a compassion. He has given him chocolate. Then one boy started coming there. Another small child. They're all maybe 5-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. And then there was a 50 or more than that crowd was coming here and there. We didn't even know where they're coming, and we had to run away from there. And I was just thinking, like, what a terrible situation. And they were
yeah,
just following us. So, yeah, definitely I agree that, because I've see now, if you're born in places like Gaza, or in Iraq, it's a terrible situation. But still, if you think, if they, by any chance, if they get Buddha Dhamma, they just are more lucky.
how would they see? The thing is like this, Bobby.
No, like, how in the sense that, for example, somehow they have grown up, and then they come into contact with some teaching.
Bobby, physiological need is physiological need. If your physiological need is not met, you will not get anything beyond that. What is physiological need? Survival need. Not going to happen. Only when your physiological need is met, then you have psychological need, and then there is a possibility, because psychology can be changed. So now you're physiologically you're okay, so now you can come into psychological need. If you don't even have a physiological, then there is another social need, right? There's a societal norm, so social need that has to be met. And after that, your psychology will start to work. Otherwise, this person will just be trying to get a normal life, not even extraordinary. See, today in India, what's that we are hunting for? Not for car and buses and trains and other things. Water, electricity, health, sanitation, roads. That's all. There's nothing else other than that. And basically, we've been doing that from long time. And we are now also doing the same thing. Isn't that the most deprived state of physiological need? See, you take your car, like in the US or in Australia, you're driving, you know when you're going to reach. And a 20-mile long distance, what Ariu has, let's say, he will cover it in 30 or maximum 40 minutes. A 20-mile ride in Bangalore will take 5 hours. or it can take the whole day also.
Plus, isn't it, in spite of all these difficulties, more spiritual people are there in India than in the
Yes,
Western world?
because it's a prisoner's place. So
Yeah,
you
so
will,
that is what exactly I'm trying to say. With this difficulty, they will
but not
learn.
everybody, right? See, now
Not
this
everybody.
is, yeah, not everybody. So you tell me, in that case, how many Indians have become Buddha followers entirely? No. We have all kind of issues. Every day you are involved with issue. It can be religious dispute, it can be traditional dispute, it can be caste based dispute, it can be this, that, and you name it. This place is meant for spiritual upliftment because you see pain from close quarters. You see suffering from close quarters, which you might not see it in Australia or in US or any other country because you just camouflage the whole pain. Here it is exposed. Like the road is working today. Tomorrow, some idiot will come and dig it and go. That's it. He doesn't even care whether you fall down or you die or you do whatever happens. Not even a board. You know what we put? We put a small branch of a tree inside that. And we are smart enough to know that, oh, the road is not there. Just 500 meters or 1 kilometer from my home, the road is in a bad condition. They put what? A small branch of a tree. Unlike in US, they would have put a barricade, light blinkers, road under renovation. Nothing like that. They just dug it up. You fall into that is your problem. If you don't fall into that, we are surprised. How didn't you not fall? My God. So in India, that's the reason we drive crazy because we don't know what we are going to come up with. So we don't have lane traffic because if you go by lane traffic, you don't know what is there in the front. So you, like in the US, you show the blinker, you wait, you do this, do that, so much of calculation, and then you say, okay, now after a few moments, I will turn right, and then again another blinker, again go straight, then exit. Quarter mile before the exit, you come to the right, and then again half a mile, and then you go, and then you have a, uh, you know, traffic light, stop at that, and there's a turning like I was doing it when Aryu and I and Chirag were driving. So there's a line, you go on the line and cut it. Wow, so nice. Here, nothing. Car is coming here, you turn like that. Oh, what happens? Who cares? Chaos. Because it's survival. See, Bobby, India, physiological need has never got met. This is the most physiological deprived country, Pakistan. So we have to compare with Pakistan. We say they are even more deprived than us and we feel very happy. Ah, we are better than them. Then the country which we have to compare is Bangladesh. Another India, but called as Bangladesh. It's another India only. What is there? It is the same people now calling as themselves Bangladesh. And then Nepal. Same. All the time. So then you have what? Burma. Same problem. Sri Lanka, same problem. That means this Southeast Asia is the most crazy place to be in. But once you're born here, either you will continue that life or you get liberated. Because you see the pain from here. Ah, my goodness, so nice. Like anybody coming to our home, that next to home. I mean, not these people, if they come, they are used to all that mess. like Ariu comes. There is a car wash shop. Every 10 minutes, you will hear that. In that, you should meditate. Silence. No, sir. You become silent. After that, Allah, that guy will start. 5 minutes have happened. Ding, 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 ding. The sound will start here. That was enough. They will play some song. If that is not enough, this road has a down elevation. This is elevated and that is going down. So they put on the brakes, kee, 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 going. And then if that was not enough, there are enough dogs to make you awake. So basically, if you don't want Teen Amida, you should come to our house because you can never have Teen Amida. You'll always be woken up by something. Okay. If that is not enough, some fight. And if that is not enough, there is a place here with a slum where Ambedkar things are there. So they suddenly start shouting at top of their voice, Ambedkar is great for all whatever reasons. And then there is a shouting happening, some fight somewhere and all that. If that is not enough, then the cow will start to jump on the road and everybody is shouting at the cow and then that happens. If that is not enough, then you have some sheep and goat and all that coming. If that is not enough, then bullock cart will come. If that is not enough, then you'll see people going up and down for no good reasons. If that is not enough, there is a bar and people will get drunk and they start shouting at top of their voice. If that is not enough, opposite there's one school and you can hear the children. If that is not enough, there are quite a bit families who keep on fighting on a daily basis for God known reasons. If that is not enough, your wife will fight and your children will fight. If that is not enough, then you will fight with yourself. And after that, if you get into first jhana, excellent.
You missed the dogs. I was just waiting.
I already said dogs. So then you are dogs and dogs are downstairs in the same apartment. That guy has brought 3 dogs because we didn't put a board there and we don't have a society to say that dogs are not allowed. We did not have a sign of. So he says, show me the document. I can bring even cow if I want. I can bring a tiger. So this place is meant for, you can guess, for whom. And if you take a train ride from Bangalore to Patna, if it's a reserved compartment, you will find oxen inside the train. They'll bring the entire troop and you can't say it is my seat. You have to just request, sir, I think you're sitting on my lap. I only think, I didn't tell you anything. I think it's my thinking problem.
I think I have traveled, in Patna. I know that the socks was there, and they snatched my seat also.
Exactly.
And, actually, what happened after, like once, then I came back. I went just to the toilet and came, and somebody was sitting there, and then I told, this is my seat, and I was very young that time, maybe 25 or something, 22 or something, and then next station I went to the station and told some police that, see, somebody is sitting on my seat, and actually there was some argument also. Then actually that police people were laughing, and then I thought there is no point in talking, and I came and stand somewhere basically.
Yeah. That's it. If you are in UP and Bihar, you've had it. And that's a place of the Buddha. By the way, actually Bihar is was called Vihar. Since they can't spell V, they made it B and became Bihar. So the Patna and all of those places which I and Eru went were supposed to be the most noble places to visit. I don't know whether Eru could find even a single noble person in the entire of Bodh Gaya experience he had. I doubt. And we went to Shravasti. Same, Shravasti is in UP. You feel like, am I seeing stars? Is it really true that it is written in the sutta? Say, boss, get out of this place at the quickest. You are not surrounded by sharks. You are in there. Just escape. So if I can meditate and get into 8 jhana in this very place, just imagine what I could do in US or in Australia or any other country where it is so silence. The very place next door, just next door, I can make you hear all kind of sounds. The only other thing which is missing near my home is mental hospital. If that was also there, it would have given me solace that you've got everything covered up for you. Dogs below, oxen and cows on the main road. Okay, car wash next to your ear. Okay, then people shouting and howling exactly on this road. Then there's a temple where they can cut anything they want. They'll cut. What do they cut? They cut sheep, they cut goat, they cut anything, and they'll give it to the Devi. Blood, they pour the blood and all that. And they will keep on drumming and drumming and drumming and drumming and drumming. You should come during the drum festival. On the Apple Watch, it shows that you are already at 100 decibels. I say my ears are strong. No worries. They're 120 decibels now. So what? And if that is not enough, during the processions, the glass here will be shaking. Ding, 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 ding. That sound will shake the glasses. Okay. And on top of that, we have a market down here where minimum, you just go to a small corner, you can see some 10,000 people in one place. You'll see only heads, and they're just so near each other. Like in the US, hey, you're trespassing my privacy. Here, there's nothing called privacy. Trespassing is forget it. I'll sit on top of your head. Like that. It's a fun place to meditate. Yeah, Shruti, you asked me a question. Yeah, I've been here for cat and dog long years in this area. So I did all my education here. So out of 53 years is my age now. So maybe from 20th, 15th year, I'm here. So now I'm 53. You can guess how long I've been in this place. What do you think?
37.
37. I know that I'm asking Shruti because she asked a question.
Actually, I was also were in the same area. Like I lived and just near to or in between the slums, actually, where the both the vihar, including the like um, the street, everything what you have mentioned. At least half of the things were there, but I have escaped that since after my marriage.
Yeah, you're lucky. I couldn't escape Shruti. Maybe I'm not found a fortune. I only found Buddha Dhamma because of that.
People were also quarreling there, having drunk people were also there. And the robbers were just living next to us. And they were fighting and they were having their own music systems, which they have stolen from somewhere. Like good things were there.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. You should say interesting things were there.
But still, we are four sisters, sir. And luckily, all my sisters been doctor and I graduated in engineering. So we feel somewhere we feel it like what I can say, the tadi part.
Hmm.
People were always there just in front of our house. They made some ironing shop and abusing the grown up boys, teenager boys. And every next shop there, every shop, no, like a single shop was there in front of her house. A tadipar was there, then he was murdered. Then another boy opened another shop like Pantila or on that same shop, and he was again got murdered. Likewise, on that same shop, 3 to 4 people have been murdered because of the quarrels and abusing. Everything happened. Many people from Momedian areas also used to come there since they were all every time like in Holi or in Diwali, on that corner only, the policemen used to come and visit after every half an hour if some mishappens is there or not. Such was the place.
Yeah.
But still we have managed somehow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. So you have
We,
managed and you have escaped, and I couldn't escape. So I'm in this nice. What is? I'm actually prisoners of war. So I can't escape anywhere. So I've adjusted to the prisoner life.
hats off you too. Hats off to you, sir.
Yeah. So I am on the World War 10, maybe, because you had to somehow get out of this place, not come again. That was my quest. That do something that you will never come back to womb existence again. Not being a proud of being an anagami. It's not that. Seeing all of this mess, I wanted to be sure that if I were to die this moment, I'm not coming back to this womb existence. No matter whether I'm born in America or in Australia or in New Zealand or in India or in China or in wherever, it doesn't matter. I don't want to be back in a womb existence. That's it. That's the basic aim. So you all need to work out to get to a stage where you know you're not going to come back again to this existence. If you make that wish and work towards it, you will take a new opportunity. I made this painful place a beautiful opportunity. And Meenakshi has been there here to my home. So she is, and Eru anyway was here, but Meenakshi has been there. So she has seen some taste of it. And the more people come here to stay with me, the better, because then they can really experience. And tomorrow, Ravindra is coming just to have a nice car wash into his ears. So we will make sure he had enough of it. So he enjoys a car wash. Maybe he'll get washed or the car will get washed, or either of the two will happen. So we are going to make sure we sit there and meditate. Let's see. Okay, should we end our journey? So this is what jati is. Now the jati pi dukkha you can understand. Then we'll take jara tomorrow. Oh, I was supposed to continue something else tomorrow. So that I have to remember. I said I'll end it here. It was on jati only. We had to go into the khandanam patbhav aitanam patilabo. Oh, yes. Still, the journey of jati is not ended. Sorry.
Are we meeting tomorrow, Vilashi?
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow means as in Monday.
Monday.
And Ravindra might be sitting somewhere back or here next to me while we go through it. He's there for next 4-5 days.
And when Ashwin is coming?
Ashwin might not be able to come because he has some office. They are posting him to Pune on some work for a few days. So he'll come in May.
Oh.
So it's only me and Ravindra. So we will meet up on Monday, tomorrow, when we meet an Australian thing, and Ravindra also will be there. Welcome home, Ravindra. So we'll have a good time with the car wash.
Is he coming by car?
Flying.
Hi. So car wash is just the sound meditation.
Yes, Bobby, when you're here, we'll ensure you have enough of car wash. You need to undergo that pain and torture and see how that defilements will come out on the surface. Beautiful experience.
I lived in Bangalore, Vilashi.
I know you lived in Bangalore, but this car wash thing was not there when you were here in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Now you have an automated car wash system, so it will just blow. And when you sit there, you feel, my God, why I do have ears. Now they want to show you dukkha. See, all this time we never agreed that eye is a dukkha, ear is a dukkha. You come to my house, you will see what you don't want to see. You will hear to what you don't want to hear. You will smell what you don't want to smell. You will touch what you don't want to touch. You will taste what you don't want to taste. That's fun. So anybody wanting to get liberated should be at my home. And then it will make sense. With all of this pain, can you get liberated? Yes. Vimukti sara sabbedham. Okay. Good day, good night, good evening.